believe in this table talk. Mike's a really funny guy, so I've got to live up to that.
Hey guys, welcome back to Table Talk, the show where we answer your questions and topics that you send us on Twitter using the hashtag Table Talk or on reddit.com/r/SourceFed or in the comment section of this video. Make sure you write questions down there. I go in there, I mine them over the weekend. I spend my Sunday looking for them. You guys got to write them down there so we can throw them into the bowl. Today with me, I'm Sam. If you forgot, if you probably didn't, you've been watching the damn show forever. I'm Mr. William Haynes.
Hey.
Hey, we're all a little tired. And Mr. Matthew D. Lieberman.
Hello.
From the hit show
Nuclear
Thank
Family.
you. There's a little plug.
Right.
A Modern Family.
Okay.
Great. Super.
Perfect. To kick this show off, guys, I want to play a little gentleman's game of rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Three-way. I've known that you can play it three-way. I'm not really sure how, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. Ready?
We did it once in Alabama, three-way with Joe Beretta.
That's what
recall.
we did.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wait, which is it on?
Oh, yeah, shit.
It's on shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
but
shit.
I got both.
And you got both. And you go with the
dang.
questions.
Wow, so
Wow,
many.
look at him. 3.
So many
Didn't I say that the
questions.
comment section's a
Guys,
little sparse?
In the comment section, that's your room, that's your canvas,
Mm-hmm.
okay? You can write anything. You wanna know what my favorite color is? It's blue. We've answered that question.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with something that's dynamic and strange and perfectly you.
And some of you did. There's some of
Oh
those in there.
boy.
Get
Here
ready.
we go. Connor OG asks, in the comments of a previous video, what television cartoon character would be the worst parent? Hashtag table talk.
Ooh.
Goofy.
Goofy?
Hey, he was an okay dad.
He loved Max.
If it's talking about loving your kid, he totally wins. But talking about keeping your kids safe, Sasquatch came after him. They went into a waterfall. His mom
Sasquatch
died.
was in that movie?
Yeah.
His mom died?
Yeah, that's
Well,
all
she
Goofy's
did
fault.
die.
Why did you blame Goofy?
I mean,
Because he's clumsy, it was probably his fault.
Yeah.
Well, that's really trying to draw out a character, huh? They're like,
Yeah.
we're gonna make a Goofy movie. He's gonna have a kid. He's gotta be a widow,
Well, in a
of course.
cartoon, Goof Troop,
Oh,
if you
I
remember.
liked all of them because I was probably the age that they're meant to like be entertained.
Goofy
for.
movie and then Extremely Goofy
Extremely
movie.
I love both of them.
I love
Yeah.
them both.
And then there was ones when he was a little kid too, like the Christmas ones, and like I loved all of them.
Nail that one. I was very scared. Do you remember the dream sequence in the beginning where like Max grows up really fast and turns into his dad? And he's really scared of it.
And he's scared.
That
yeah.
part. Ooh.
Almost got
hit Sophia.
And we all know that Roxanne was the hottest cartoon dog in the world.
Wait, but that's his girlfriend.
That's
right?
his
Yeah,
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
She is a
She's
dog
so
person,
hot.
but she was
I don't-
beautiful.
When I was a little kid, I was like, "Oh man, she's so pretty," but she's like a dog.
Yeah.
She's a dog.
She doesn't look like the rest of the dog. They like
No.
intentionally make her look like she has like human eyes and
Yeah.
she's got like a bunch of other like human features.
It's true. Well, it was like her and Lola Bunny from
Just
Space
thinking
Jam came out around the same time, and they awakened a whole generation
Yeah.
of people who like girls.
And the spider from James and the Giant Peach. I don't know why, but I was
she
like,
French.
yeah,
she could
she's
get
French.
it.
You know how French people are with the tongues and shit.
I couldn't watch that. I couldn't watch that movie until I was in my teenage years because I was too scared
Which
of it.
one?
Do you
James and
remember
the Giant Peach.
when he goes into the peach and he looks and like all the
And they're
no,
all creepy, scary.
That's not the scary part. The scary part was the skeletons and the ship underneath the
pirate
ice.
ship.
The pirate ship. That part scared the shit out of me. I didn't like that. You don't remember that
I
part?
don't remember that part.
Oh, they had like when they stole. They reused Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before
Exactly,
Christmas.
yeah.
And he's
in
in
that.
there?
He's in there.
He's in
kind
there.
of. He's not Jack Skellington, but it's like basically the same model.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just saving money. Yeah.
Worst parent? I mean, aren't the parents from Dexter's Laboratory? Aren't every
They're
cartoon parent the
absentee
worst?
parents, yeah.
Terrible.
But I would say Nigel Thornberry's an even worse parent.
I wouldn't do that to my kid.
He
Yeah.
took his family into the forest.
Into the
The
jungle.
deep jungle.
Do you remember the one episode they like created like they made their camper like bulletproof or something? And, like it would drop a shielding and like no one could get in or out, and they
yeah.
accidentally deploy it so they're locked out of their thing for like 2 months on this deserted island where they don't have any phones or anything. Like you put your family through that for a stupid documentary.
But we keep picking like ones that are actual parents. I
Yeah.
think this is supposed to be any cartoon character ever.
Well, I don't think Dexter would be a good parent. That's all
He
I
would
got.
not be a good
He would
parent.
not be a good parent.
He'd be inventing things all the time to try to make his kid more manageable.
Yeah.
Or like make the kid's life easier and it would just be worse.
Yeah, he's somebody that's so smart, he's stupid, which I really enjoy. I always like those boy geniuses. I love Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, I like that it was 3D animation.
Yeah.
Looking
His
back, it's
parents-
garbage.
I was actually thinking about it last night. I remember they didn't put him in pajamas. Like when he was like asleep, they would just take his clothes off and he'd just have on his underwear. And I was like, did they do that for like aesthetic reasons or because they didn't want to animate clothes onto him?
I don't know.
I don't know. That just came to my mind. But his dad on that show is stupid.
Real.
There was like an episode where he went to the future and got into an argument with his wife and didn't realize that she was older or anything, or maybe he went to the past. I don't remember. Or no, maybe it was Jimmy who went to the past and he taught his parents how to be rich so they never had him. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that is what happened.
Do you remember the episode where he switched heads with the gerbil?
No.
That was quality TV
Yeah.
shows. That was good writing.
You remember when they ran out of ideas and they instead made a show where Sheen, his best friend, got a whole planet to rule?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Planet
Yeah.
Sheen.
Sheen is one of the, oh god, I love Jimmy Neutron, but Sheen is one of the most annoying Actually, both of his friends are the most annoying people in the world. Llama Land guy, even though I liked him a lot.
Carl. There you go, Carl.
Oh my god, if I knew Carl in real life, I'd be like, Carl, you gotta go.
Yeah, no, him and the friend from Malcolm in the Middle, that like we talked about, that bit shouldn't have gone for 10 seasons.
No.
That bit was one episode and maybe came back sporadically throughout the show. He was a mainstay. But I would go with whoever the fuck we just talked about as
Goofy.
the worst parent. Dexter, that's who I'm going
Dexter.
with.
Okay.
Who would you go with?
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo, completely self-absorbed, narcissistic, dumb, and he wouldn't pay attention to the kid. All he cares about is himself, how he looks, and getting the ladies.
You could not
He
get
would
away.
have loved and left that kid's mom, and he would never show up again.
You could not get away with that character today. Johnny Bravo,
No.
all he does is harass women. Hey,
All the
little
time.
mama.
Yeah.
Never go up to a stranger and say, hey, little mama.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, to credit the animators, she's always shot down. Always. The girls
Yeah.
are like, no.
No.
They always whoop his ass.
Yeah.
But other than that.
And also, he doesn't have a job, so he's not gonna be able to pay child support neither.
No. Oh, he doesn't have a job. None of those.
No.
Oh, none of them have jobs.
Mama
like
is
their
not
parts
gonna
and
pay
kids.
his child support.
Mama's too nice in the first place.
True.
Jesse Brink says, would you rather do your dream job and only earn just enough money to pay for the essentials, or sit in the middle of a white empty room doing nothing for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, while people just stare at you and whisper to each other and earn $1 million a year?
The first one?
Wait, boo.
Okay, or sit in the middle of a white empty room doing nothing for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, while people just stare at you and whisper to each other and earn $1 million a year.
But think about this. It's $1 million a year.
And it's only 8 hours of your day.
Yeah.
Every day you would go insane.
Unless you like became like a Zen master. Like think back to like Avatar, right?
Yeah.
If you like meditated all day every day and was just like, I'm gonna take this time, people can stand there and talk about me, whatever. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm just gonna meditate for 8 hours a day and just achieve perfect Zen. Then I'm gonna go
You're
home.
being paid to do that.
You're getting paid
And
to
that's
do
$1
that.
million
to
a year.
reach enlightenment.
How much is that a month? I gotta find
Do
out
the
how much that
math.
is.
What's the
All right.
bi-weekly check?
Well, so, all
What do
right,
you
so
get?
let's assume you're working 50 weeks out of the year.
Math kids.
Because you'll get Christmas off and whatever, and maybe some other national holidays. So let's say it's $1 million divided by 50.
Okay.
So that's how much a week?
A million
Divided by 50
equals $20,000 a week.
20 a week.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean,
Right?
sorry, stick to your dreams. Just get by. Just
How about
skid
you-
by and try to be happy
How
about
about
it.
you just do it for 1 year, make your $1 million, and then invest it so you can get that to multiply while you go pursue your dream job?
Invest it.
Invest
I always hear people talk about that. Like, what is that? Who do I go to?
Yeah.
A bank.
A bank, really?
Yes.
Any bank. I can go up to Wells Fargo.
Yes.
And be like, hey, put this somewhere good.
Not in stocks, but like, yeah, you could lock it in at a fixed rate. You put it in a bank, like if you do an IRA, you put it in a bank for like, I don't know, 30, 40 years, and then it comes out like you put in like $5,000 a year, it comes out like $1 million.
Really?
That's not exact math. Do not quote me on that. But
No,
I know
I'm
that
quoting them,
it's
and I'm going to
something
go to my
similar.
credit union, and they're
No.
going to do it for
It'll
me.
probably be
Just-
closer
yeah.
to $600,000.
Wow. So anybody could do this?
Anybody.
then why don't more people do it? Because people want to spend their money.
I
40
think it's
years.
because you don't think about it.
I'm also scared.
Because you have to save up. Like, I have an IRA.
Do you?
It's growing. Yeah, when I'm in like my 50s or 60s, it'll be nice to have a nest egg.
Oh no, I got nothing planned for when I'm 50, 60.
No, I don't
It's
either.
because you plan to die young, Will.
Oh yeah, I'm 27 and I'm out.
You're a beautiful corpse. No way are
Nah,
you
you go
living
to
that
like
long.
35, and then
You know what?
Get out
That's
of
true.
there.
35 is a good time to retire.
30 is a magical age. Some people say.
When you're a man, if you're a woman, sorry, you can't be in the entertainment industry anymore.
What?
That's
Will?
what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what TV taught us. Don't blame us. That's what TV
That's
taught
what
us.
TV taught me.
But do you realize? Would anyone pick the other one to do like your dream job? Like this is your dream job, the thing you want to do. Like this is what you wanted since you
I
were a
think it
little
depends
boy.
on the definition
girl.
of dream job, because I feel like a lot of people have multiple dream jobs where it's like, oh wow, these are the things I love and I would be happy doing it in some capacity. But like it would have to be like the ideal version of your ideal job to the point that like the fact that you're getting paid at all to do it is the dream itself.
I got it. Have you heard of the guy who goes around Australia and it's for a cruise line or it's for a travel agency? I could be wrong, but he's basically trying to have the greatest summer anyone could have. This company is like a promotional thing, so every single day of like the summer for like 2.5 months or something, he does like one day he'll do skydiving, and then he'll go like paragliding, then he'll go like go bike riding. You know, like he'll do that, and he's paid to do that. Like he's
Every day?
Yeah, he's
Every
doing
day.
that. Everything is paid for, and he has like he's getting a salary.
But it's like he's not spending every day doing that because he's got to spend a day like planning this stuff too.
Oh, somebody will do that for me. That's what I'm saying. I want that.
You
job.
want that
That's
job.
my
But,
job.
like,
I get things
That's a
paid
hell
for.
of a job.
That's too exciting. Like I think some of those should be like, okay, now you just lay on the beach. That's a good.
That's that
Hell
is because
yeah.
it's perfect.
Endless
It's a
summer.
perfect vacation. Yeah.
Honestly, for me, like the perfect summer would be having nothing planned. Where they were like, all right, Will, these 3 months, you don't gotta do shit. And I'd be like, I'm gonna sit inside like this.
So that's basically the second thing. Yeah, so
second
you
thing.
should pick the second thing.
I do want the second thing. Sit in the white room for 8 hours and people can look and like take a Snapchat.
It's like basically living in a human zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which used to exist. So yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, we got a little bit better. We don't have those anymore.
Not
We
anymore.
think-
Hitler shut them down, I read.
Hey.
Thanks, Hitler.
Hashtag.
Hey, that's not cool.
Hey. Sarah Martinez Alvarez writes, this is from YouTube.
Okay.
Write your comments in the YouTube section. Comments.
below.
That's the part. What talent did you have as a kid that is very insignificant looking back? Example, hula hooping.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I taught myself to flip coins on my knuckles.
Really?
And I remembered when I found this question, I was like, I'm gonna get a quarter, and I didn't go get a quarter. So I can't show it to you, but like I remember I spent like days. Somebody's
I got a dirty nickel for you.
Oh, it's a little small, but yeah,
That's
I can
your
do
new rap name, leave him.
Dirty nickel.
Yeah, it's a little small, but I can do the thingy. Isn't this riveting for the audio podcasters out there?
Whoa.
Wow.
He's really doing it.
Yeah, right. This gets you into college, right,
I didn't
kids?
have
Yeah.
any like talents, but I really wanted some of those moon shoes.
Oh yeah.
One with the
moon-
trampolines.
I
Yeah.
wanted
Way to
those.
transition.
Yeah. I don't know why it just made me think of that. I really wanted those moon shoes because the commercial was on.
man.
Every commercial break, they were like, all right, you got to remember that we have moon shoes.
Yeah. Because they were the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay, when Heelys came out, there was a bunch of knockoffs that came out too. They did infomercials, and there was one where it had a button and 2 wheels would pop out the bottom, so they just turned your regular sneakers into roller skates. And I've always wanted those. I
Those
Will
are
you
cool.
attach them to
No,
your
no, no,
shoes?
no. It's like they're in the sole of the
Yeah.
shoe, and you push a button, they.
That's
Pop
what
out.
I had too. Like the knockoff
You had
versions?
those?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mine were from like a flea market though.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
How long before they fell apart?
Oh, they didn't last very long at
But
all.
did they work enough for like one ride?
Yeah.
I mean, I had Heelys, and I sure as hell did not know how to use them. I was just that kid who would slide on 1 foot at a time, like down the street. Like, God, that kid's embarrassing.
That shit was too scary for me. My mom would never let me like do anything like that. Getting on a skateboard was too scary for her. So like the Heelys, when those came out, she was only about that for about a week.
Really?
Well, yeah, you will you will fall and die when you're on those. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah.
Crack your skull open.
I always wanted they had those RC helicopters you could get from the
Oh,
infomercials.
yeah.
Everybody wanted one of those. But if you didn't know this, when you plug them into charge and you leave them for too long, the battery melts inside and then they're completely useless. So that's $40 right down the drain.
Goodbye.
Do kids even have toys anymore? Like, what are they buying?
They have some toys.
There's gotta be some
Or is
toys.
it just phones?
Action
attachments?
figures. Like, it's really just phone. Like, eventually, phone will just become the word for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not about talking to people. It's just like, it's the brick that does everything.
Yeah.
Phone. Yeah.
Gets your
Phone.
food, pays your bills.
Yep.
Like,
All my games are on there. It's how I talk to my friends.
My shows.
Not with my
Later.
actual voice, mind you.
no, of course not.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, these did used to be separate things. Like the calculator I just got out of my phone. You used to have to be like, oh, where's our calculator?
Did
Go
you-
through drawers.
Do you know you could text landlines? Or I think you
No.
can still do it, but you can like
What?
you can call like if you yeah, you can if you text a landline, like it will go through, but like the person on the other end like gets a weird message that says like they will like say out the number like an automated voice will say it, and then it will read the message to you, and that's it. And I think it costs extra because
That's
you're doing it to a
amazing.
landline. I did that, and I read this funny story online that this person was locked out of their building. He didn't have anyone else's number, so he just kept calling. He kept texting. I don't know why he didn't call, but he kept texting the landline for his office. And then when someone finally took listened to all the messages, it was just an automated voice that said, "Let me in, let me in."
Oh my God, that must be so terrifying.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I loved it.
My
Infomercial.
my childhood talent that doesn't matter anymore. I used to.
true.
My one thing that I would do to get out of my house is I would go bike riding. I could go bike riding in my neighborhood. Finally, I got permission when I was like 10.
Me too.
Yeah. And I was able to like do it with no hands or like stand up and pedal at the same time. And I was like, that's my talent. I can do that. That's pointless now.
When I learned how to take my hands off the bike, I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm gonna get laid. This is so fucking
What?
cool."
You had conception of laid?
No,
when
I
you were
did it,
still
but
doing
you
that?
know that term, and you're like, that's so cool.
I'm cool
But I was
now.
too shy and nervous to ever say that out loud. But inside, I'm like,
I'm the man.
You roll
Sam
up.
Basher has arrived.
You roll up in your flip flops and your tank top that's a little too small, and you're like, I'm getting laid.
I hated flip flops as a kid. I
did
still
too.
hate flip flops.
Flip-flops?
Yeah.
Why I hate flip-flops?
Why do they exist? They're gross. They're like so thin and nasty.
What kind are you wearing?
I don't.
You don't wear sandals ever.
No, I never do. Guarantee you, if you ever see me in flip flops, you have permission to call up God and say strike him with lightning.
I have a pair of flip flops that have a bottle opener on the bottom, so
yeah.
I'm gonna be that uncle at the parties.
Oh yeah, I remember those flip flops. Okay, there also are kinds that are like a little bit higher grade. I'm thinking like the Walmart blue, yellow,
just like the crap ones.
Yeah.
Plastic and foam.
Yeah, plastic and foam. I hate that shit.
Those ones fucked up my feet for an entire summer one time. I walked from like the mall back home because I was an idiot, and it fucked up my feet for
You
the
didn't
rest of the summer.
recognize that there's no support whatsoever.
Also, rubbing plastic on your skin for an
Sure,
hour.
chafes.
Yeah, it takes off the skin.
That's the word.
Yeah. What's your talent that you had as a kid?
Mine was wanting the moon shoes.
That was the
talent.
That was the talent.
Yeah.
You
I-
wanted it so hard.
I was really good at wanting what they had in the commercials and never bringing it up to my parents.
That's a talent.
That is a
Never, ever, ever bringing it up to your parents,
Never
no matter how
once.
much you wanted it, because you knew that the answer was going to make your life worse.
Plus, I didn't want to have to, because if I did ask them and somehow miraculously they say yes, they'd be like, all right, you got to call the number. And I was like, ooh, I never want to be on the phone. So it's cool.
Yeah.
You were afraid of being on the phone even as a kid?
I've recently just got over that. Like, because I realized, like, phone calls are so simple. All you have to do is say, I want this. And the other person on the line has 15,000 calls a day.
And they're like, okay,
I'll give you that. Where's the money? And that's it.
that's it.
Yeah.
Are you still okay with like regular phone calls to people, or like those like not
I
those
like
aren't your
them.
thing?
I don't know. I'm not really into phone calls. It's
I'm
like-
not into them either.
Have you ever called a woman that you're interested in to let her know that you're interested?
Not to do
No,
that.
that's some. You got balls if you do that shit.
That's the most normal, natural thing in the world. Will.
Yeah.
No, if you call someone and say, "Hey, I'd like to take you out," it speaks volumes.
It does.
Yeah.
That's like a real confident move. Like I've talked to girls I liked, but not for the first time saying like, you know, I really have feelings for you. Like what I want to get hung up on? Like,
I'm just saying, we live in a world that's sad enough that just calling you're probably gonna get a yes unless they like hate you and have made that very clear and you're ignoring that and continuing to bother them.
Yeah, but if you were trying to make like a confident move and show that you are like a grown-ass man, just call her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting nods from the audience that is the thing to do. The only phone call I've ever had that is remotely like that is when I was talking to a girl and I couldn't find an in to like do that. This is when I was like 13.
Sure.
So we talked on the phone for 3 hours.
Good boy.
And didn't get to it. Didn't come up.
Just
didn't come up naturally.
It won't come up naturally. You gotta stop the conversation and say it.
Nope.
You gotta take a risk.
Nope, not 13-year-old Sam. He wasn't a risk taker.
We still do table talk takeaways?
Oh, we do. You want to go ahead and hit it?
I can't wait.
Yeah, no, go ahead. We're at that point, table talk takeaways, where we talk about what we take away from this episode of Table Talk. Hit it again, Matt.
Okay, cool. Hey, holy shit. Call the person you like and tell them that you like them. Oh my God. Legitimately. So many people are used to just like being dicked around or are confused because you just say that you want to hang out, but then you're not clear about what your motives are because you're so fucking nervous. Oh my God, it's not the end of the world. Tell them that you like them. Ask them out. It will make a huge difference. Guess what? Most people can't read your string of emojis and get a sense of tone of voice that you actually care about them. So, call.
Wow. Will, that was heavy.
Mine is sort of a message to mommy and daddy. Hey guys, you know, you should be really proud of me because I never once asked for the moon shoes, anti-gravity shoes, moon shoes, or the helicopter that flies around your house and breaks things, or the putty that you like, it's wet and then it's not wet, and then, you know, you do things with it. So be really happy that I never asked you for jack shit. Love you, mommy and daddy.
Oh, these are really good takeaways. I'm gonna go ahead and end it with a lame one. I usually only convey my emotions through emojis, so I don't see a problem with that. I mean, usually it's really unclear and it's kind of to interpretation, but I'm not gonna change. And guys, thank you so much for watching Table Talk. Make sure you send us your questions and topics using the hashtag Table Talk on Twitter or on reddit.com/r/SourceFed. Most importantly, put them in the comment section of this video using the hashtag Table Talk so we can go and find them later. Also, make sure you go and listen to Table Talk. There's an audio podcast form of this on iTunes and SoundCloud, so make sure you subscribe. Just search Table Talk. It'll pop right up. I'm Sam.
I'm Billy.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love it that you're here.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I'm happy to be at this thing.
And down her pants.
She sure did. I saw it.
Yeah! You tell a story!